Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. We begin with this. 2 people are dead after trying to get away from Aurora police in a stolen car. That car slid out of control at high speed and smashed into a light pole.
And a man and a woman died on impact. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates joins us from Alameda and Peoria. And Kevin, it sounded like this started with an attempted traffic stop.
Well, Kim and Phil, Aurora police tell us that a license plate reader alerted officers to a Ford Focus reported stolen Saturday in Fort Collins. Officers attempted to stop that car, but the driver fled. According to police, the driver sped north on Peoria, weaving in and out of traffic before trying to turn left onto Alameda. The car slid out of control and smashed into that light pole. Both the man driving and the woman in the passenger seat lost their lives. Even so, police said this could have been much worse.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. They really did endanger the community with their high speeds on Peoria Street. At one point, they weaved in oncoming lanes of traffic before they came back onto the right side of traffic, and that's when they attempted the left-hand turn, ultimately crashing.
Ultimately, police are going to have to figure out who these people are. That work is underway now, and investigate the crash itself. And part of that investigation, we should note, will include trying to determine whether officers were correct when they decided to initiate a pursuit in this case. I can also tell you that Peoria and Alameda both reopened a little after 3 o'clock after being closed for about 4 hours at this scene. Reporting live in Aurora, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
And Kevin, while they investigate all of that, I think everybody who just looked at the video you showed us of that intersection can say, well, it's a good thing there weren't people, in the path of that car.
Phil, the damage to that car was incredible, so you can only imagine what would have happened if it had hit another vehicle. Parts of the car flew off of it and tore holes in the fence behind it. It was quite an impact.
Yeah, indeed it was. All right, Kevin Vaughn. Kevin, thank you.
Let's take a look outside on this Monday. Look at that in the mountains, a cold looking day as we begin December. The weekend snow, well, whatever it was, a little bit, a lot of cold, is moving out. Chris Bianchi is joining us. But Chris, you're issuing a weather alert, impact alert for Wednesday. Actually get the shovel out, not just the broom.
Real snow.
I think the curse of the lip-off is over now. I think we have finally going to see.
He was like, does it snow in Colorado?
Pretty sure it does.
Since Phil arrived, you've seen just a little bit of dandruff that we had back on Saturday morning, but we're going to actually get some real deal snow for us on Wednesday morning. On a more serious note, this will disrupt your morning commute on Wednesday in particular. And yes, this includes the basically entire Denver metro area. Fort Collins, Greeley, not so much, but Denver, Boulder, as well as down to Castle Rock, this will certainly include us here. So measurable snow, 2 to 7 inches. That's a big range. That depends on which side of town you're on. Heavier mountain snowfall starting tomorrow afternoon, and the potential for travel impacts, especially on Wednesday morning. This just issued within the last 2 hours a winter weather advisory. That includes Denver, it includes Boulder, it includes Castle Rock, and this is for Wednesday morning between midnight and 6 p.m. on Wednesday. But again, Wednesday morning, the kind of prime time for that snow. Right now, things calm. You look off to the north and west. There's our next storm system. This is the one that's going to bring us all that snow and much colder air for us on Wednesday as well. We're going to go town by town and get to details on how much snow you can expect, and also the potential for maybe even some school closures in a few spots. I'll show you where we could be talking about some of that coming up in just a few minutes.
The woman responsible for hitting and killing a Boulder teen may be placed in a halfway house 6 months into her 4-year sentence. Eva Smiljanska hit and killed Team USA cyclist Magnus White in 2023. He was just 17 years old. In June, Smiljanska was sentenced to 4 years in prison with the possibility of parole in 2027. Under Colorado law, anyone sentenced to state prison may be considered for a halfway house up to 16 months before they become eligible for parole. White's family says they were blindsided by this news.
We were deceived because this was never made aware to us. We were fully expecting that parole hearings, we'd have to argue there, and likely she would be let out, because that's just the way the prison system works. But to have after only 3 months, or a few months, it just doesn't seem right.
We did reach out to the Boulder County DAs, and they said they strongly oppose her release. The community corrections referral still needs to be approved. The White family says that hearing hasn't been scheduled, but they do plan to be there when it takes place.
Figuring out travel between northern Colorado and Denver International Airport can certainly be a hassle. One woman didn't expect to be towed and charged $680 when she returned home, so she reached out to 9 News. 9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert shares how you can make sure this doesn't happen to you.
Some people in Larimer County rely on shuttles to get to DIA to avoid that hour-plus drive on I-25.
It is very convenient because I live in Loveland.
Lena Shanks used Groom Transportation's lot often. Her car sits here just next to the Northern Colorado Regional Airport.
Multiple times every year.
It's free, no problem, every time. That is until a few weeks ago.
I found out that my car has been towed, and that was horrifying. I was shocked.
A third-party towing company charged her $680 to get her car back. The towing company lowered Lena's charge to $380 after she complained.
And they all told me that it's my fault because I didn't have a parking pass in the dashboard, so they towed my car.
Groom's website says you need a dated parking pass to park in its spot. The company pointed to warnings they give to customers upon booking. If need be, they can also ask the driver for a pass. Lena says she never got one.
Booked the shuttle, but never received a confirmation email or a parking pass. And got on a shuttle thinking things will just work out.
Lena figured she wasn't alone when she went online and saw a few other reviews saying something similar happened.
Don't be like me. Best of luck to your holiday travel, because you don't just assume that you are doing everything, 100% right.
She wanted to share her story so others would learn. In Loveland, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Any little heads up helps. We spoke with the Groom spokesman over the phone. He didn't want to go on camera, but he did say towing recently stopped because the regional airport provided more parking spaces for their customers.
The Goldens in Golden event is adorable. It's a big hit, but it can really overwhelm the small town of Golden. Ahead of next year's event in February, the city is making some changes to keep things fun without the chaos. Golden says the event will be twice as long next year, running from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if your dog's a morning dog or an afternoon dog, the goal is to spread out the crowds a little bit. Last year, the event drew about 7,500 people and 3,000 dogs. The city says they're also adding dog-friendly free shuttles from new off-site parking lots, and you'll see about twice as many vendors at 2 different locations to give people and pups more space to roam around and improve crowd flow, because it's something, and there's no parking out there. The Goldens in Golden event is set for February 7th.